Hello, this is me, Dre, once again, guys. Just want to talk about this recent occurrence in St. Louis over the weekend. Young 18-year-old gentleman named Michael Brown was shot and killed by police. Now, the story goes that the cops had approached him. He was visiting his grandmother in a different city from where he normally lives. Left from a QT convenience store, from a gas station. The cops stopped him, and from the cop side, they said that Michael basically had a confrontation with the police officer, tried to push the police officer into his car, disarm him of his own firearm, but the cop shot him. Now, what I don't understand and what doesn't make sense is the dead body of Michael Brown was on the ground 35 feet away from the squad car. So how does it make sense that they got into a physical altercation where Michael tried to push the cop into his car and take his gun, yet he's found dead 35 feet away from the squad car? Did the cop shoot him and then back up 35 feet? Did he shoot Michael when he was trying to run away, when he was unsuccessful trying to take the gun? Those are the kind of questions that have a lot of people up in arms. Now, eyewitnesses account that when the cop approached him at a distance, Michael had his hands up to surrender because, of course, it was some people, when they see a cop approaching them, best thing to do to not incriminate themselves or force the cop to shoot them for some stupid reason or another is to put their hands up to say, hey, I mean you no harm. I'm not making a move for anything. Don't shoot me. But this is the case here where the cop shot this young kid. So now a grieving mother has to attend her own son's funeral. Now, with this, it's just a common occurrence that I've been seeing over the past couple of months where cops have been assaulting or killing black people. Not to say that white cops don't harass and assault or shoot white people, because I've seen it on a video where a white gentleman was at a baseball game and the cop was questioning a gentleman, a white gentleman at that, pushed him, started trying to throw him around, and then went to arrest him. And all the white guy was asking is, why are you doing this under my such and such amendment rights? I have a right to understand this as an American citizen. So I've seen incidents like that where white people have been harassing Hispanics. But in the news, you're talking about incidents like Eric Garner in New York, who had broken up a fight, yet the cops were messing with him simply because Garner had gotten in trouble previously for selling cigarettes illegally. And what happened? Put him in a chokehold. A couple of guys jumped on top of him. 43-year-old Garner claiming that he could not breathe. Next, he sat there motionless on the ground. Cops took a bit of time before they even called for help or any type of paramedic, and Garner died at the scene. You're talking about an incident in California where a black woman on the side of the freeway, acting erratic, I admit, but cop threw her down, mounted on top of her, and started raining punches down on her. You're talking about a black gentleman in a Walmart who was walking around with a BB gun. However, he did not enter the store with a gun, so there was no reason for management or loss prevention to call the police. Yet patrons of the store saw him walking around with a toy BB gun. Cops went to the scene, shot and killed him. And now you have this incident right here. So when people want to ask the stupid ass question, why don't black people get up in arms about black on black crime that's happening in Chicago and Detroit and things like that, is because if black people are killing black people, we have to address that ourselves. Yes, we do. But at the same time, you're not talking about cops. And you don't see a lot of incidents where black cops are shooting white people or Hispanics or any other ethnicity, but you're seeing it more and more to where white cops are being overzealous with their job or just letting the badge be more of the authority for them, and they're killing black people or non-black. So for those who want to ask that dumbass question, maybe you just need to take your hands like this, fly towards your neck, and choke yourself, you dumb fucks. It's simple. It's easy to see. And when I'm looking at the news, I saw this one news story about a neuroscientist named Peter Steinmetz, who had gone into the Phoenix airport with an AR-15 assault rifle because of the open carry law there. White gentleman. And, of course, he was arrested simply because when he went to move his rifle off of his shoulder, I guess someone at the airport felt like the muzzle of the gun was pointing towards them, so they were afraid But you know, when I'm looking at that story, it's not like to me it doesn't seem like he did it maliciously. However, when you look at the fact that if it were a black man and the cops on the scene with this open carry law, I feel like they would have been a bit more aggressive with their tactics to apprehend him, throw him down, or maybe even open fire in a crowded airport because a black man is carrying a gun. Open law applies to everyone in that particular state, so as long as they've got the license for it, then they're allowed to carry it. However, there seems to be a double standard, so I'm just imagining that's what would have happened to him. Think about the people who had gone into the Denny's or the Hobby Lobby with the open carry with their firearms. But once again, the circumstances tend to be different if it's a Hispanic or a black person, to where cops seem to be a bit more aggressive with their actions towards such individuals. And once again, this isn't me trying to say all white people are evil, all cops are evil, nothing like that. A lot of my friends are white. My ex-wife is white. I have respect for cops because I think it is a thankless job for what they do. And it's unfortunate because a couple of bad cops make the whole fraternity of cops and police officers look bad. And this is just another incident. So I'm not saying fuck the police or anything of that nature, but I hope that they bring justice. I hope that cooler heads will prevail in St. Louis, because the last thing they need is for the National Guard to be called in or more senseless violence and death to occur. No more looting. But that's just my take on it. And I know with the comments that I make and the views that I share, a lot of people are going to disagree. And of course, when it comes to the internet, you're going to have a lot of nameless, faceless motherfuckers that are going to come onto my page and post a whole bunch of bullshit. And I'll address that accordingly, because cowards and trolls, they're going to come out of the woodwork, and I know how to handle them. But if you like this video, I definitely want you to go ahead and leave your comments. Please hit that like button. But once again, this is me, Dre. Peace.